Hey guys, today an actual unboxing. I've never done one, so I'll try to make it quick. Today I got the Tru-Fit Smart Harness. It's an extra large size for the big dog. I have one particular large dog that I walk. Everybody else should kind of fit it. Most of my dogs do not wear harnesses. Some do, some don't. But I got this specifically to take dogs in my car. I did some research on car safety, car restraints. There is one harness from a company called Sleepypod. They make a harness for a really, really big dog. And then they also make a harness, or excuse me, Zigo. I'll put the stuff in the description. They make a harness for a tiny wee dog that is excellent. So all of those have been crash tested, including this one, and it even says crash tested, 75-pound dog, 30 miles an hour. And if you want to go take a look at those crash tests, I'll put the link in the description as well. They really make you think about how safe your dog is in the car. And again, that's why I bought this, because I had it for my dog Hank. I bought it a long time ago, so I'm used to it. And it's a really good harness. It's very sturdy. Granted, I haven't had to crash test it, thank goodness. But for quick stops, things like that, go around corners, it worked really well. So first thing you'll get is there's a clip, your standard carabiner. Now what this does is it wraps around the seat belt. Sure it does. And then you slip this through it, and then the seat belt goes through here. And I could do another video of that to show you the restraints. So the thing to remember is this is not a hard crash test safety clip. It's a pretty cheap carabiner. I mean, you can tell that's not even straight. It's bent. I have two that came that were not bent, so to be fair, they're usually not. This just happens to be. The ones that I got from Arizona Hiking Shack are much sturdier, and those I actually purchased for this. Now, the problem, apparently, according to the crash test, is that these straps, they're just deterrent straps to keep your dog from, going to the front seat and annoying the crap out of you while you're driving. But they do, like I said, they do the job for very low speed, quick stops. When the seatbelt locks, this will pull tight and keep your dog from flying through the windshield. But again, like in Arizona, in Phoenix, our streets are 45 miles an hour. And so, you got to really think about that for what you're getting, what you're buying. If you're hooking your dog just by the collar, is it going to take its head off? Or is the strap not going to work and your dog will fly to the front seat? I don't know. You got to do the research. You got to determine your driving style. You got to determine the size of your dog and what you need. This, for me, is at my level right now for what I can afford. The Sleepypod harness runs around $80 plus. This is normally a $50, $60 harness. It's on sale at Chewy right now for $28. So I got this to replace the one that got stolen just recently. So anyway, real quick, let me try to see. Okay, so here's the chest plate, head up here. And there's a ring on the front, which is great for polar dogs. It kind of cuts off their ability to pull. I mean, if you got a severe puller, just consider training, you know, don't be lazy. But if it's a minor pull, it does a really good job. So anyway, in deterring the dog from pulling. So anyway, this goes down across their chest. And then this is underneath them, in their belly. So, let's see if I can get this all in frame. Okay. Front of dog, under part of dog, top of dog, actually, top of dog. So this goes across the back. Here's the hook for the back. And this goes across his abdomen. It's fully adjustable in just about every place. Here, here. So this is around his head, his shoulders, back. And all you gotta do is get the head through. And then this does not adjust. This is set. This goes across. And this is where the side straps hook in. And then obviously there's the clip for the back. If you clip a dog back here and it's a puller dog, this just tells the dog pull more. So consider that when you get a harness. And when a dog pulls, the part that goes across the neck, if you're not careful, some harnesses, it jams up into the trachea, and then you're going to have trachea damage. I've had a dog that died from that. Not because I damaged the trachea, but because he was old and he's susceptible to it. They just develop it. So, you know, give your dog a head start. So, this is how this works. These are not always easy for everybody to do, so consider that when you get it. And if you have a dog that's like crazy, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. One, work on the dog not being excited when you go for walks. Create a calm situation before the walk and then leave. But when the dog is freaking out, these can take a while, be a little fussy, especially if you're not used to it. So it goes like this. Pull up, tilt, and then it goes down through here. Push through. There you go. As you can see, hold that again. This bit here, how it goes up a little bit, that's what the cutout helps allow. So this piece goes right here. There's that little extra, and you can feel a little resistance, so you just push. Actually, what you're doing is you're screwing this up for the video. That's what you're doing. So as you can see, these are not, you know, quick clip type plastic clips, and that's okay because you don't want that if you want to restrain your dog in the car. So anyway, so when you're clipping, you go under and you come up through like that. And that can, like I said, that can be tricky for people. It can be fussy. So, you know, decide what kind of dog you have, how easy it is. My mom is older, so she has a little bit of trouble. If your hands shake, that can be tricky to get that through. And you have one on each side, so you gotta do it twice. Like I said, this part just slips over the dog. This is the head right here. Head. And the head comes through. And then this will be loose like this. So you've got this part on the dog, this part on the dog, and the rest of this is hanging down. And that can, like I said, that can get confusing. That can get annoying. But once you get used to it, it's easy cheesy. And it's strong. It was the best harness I could have gotten for Hank. Hank was a half pit, half lab. He was a gentle dog, but, you know, he was a 70-pound dog, and he had power when he wanted it. So you got to be careful. You got to make sure your dog is restrained. Now, what's great about the Kurgo harness is that it can duplicate and be just your regular harness, your regular walking harness. The Sleepypod harness cannot. You have to get a separate one. Kurgo makes a car-specific harness, and basically it's similar to this, a little sturdier, and then on the back, where the back is, it has 2 loops, one on one side, one on the other. So there's like just 2 additional straps like this, and then the seat belt goes through those. So it would, you know, it would go through like that. The seat belt would go through like that. So, their harness that's specific for the car is, like I said, a little sturdier. But like I said, this was crash tested up to 30. The one that is specific for the car was also crash tested again. I'll show you the link. And they claim that's what was the one that was sturdy for 30. But like I said, for just basic restraint, certainly better than not having any restraint at all. And average in-town driving, this is going to do fine. But again, make sure that the interior of your car is a safe space, that your seat belts work, that it's clear of junk, and I'd recommend getting something that goes in between your 2 seats so that your dog is not trying to get up in the front and distracting you while driving. Just try to make it safe, guys. So do your best, shop around, and get what you need for the kind of dog you have. Good luck. Stay safe.